Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. It is a cold day. We got like 8 inches of snow on the ground, but that's not stopping us from another delicious cook here on the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. This week we're doing another steak, and I decided that since, last week we did that beautiful prime rib roast, that I'm gonna do a 3-part steak series. So that was part 1. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Today is part 2, and for part 2, we are making a smoked picanha. What is a picanha, you ask? Well, you're about to find out. So let's get started. All right, what is a picanha? This is a picanha. It's oftentimes referred to as a sirloin cap. They're not the most widely available thing to find, but if you can find one, get one, because it's one of the most delicious cuts of the entire animal. This is probably the most popular cut of beef in Brazil. If you've ever been to like a Brazilian steakhouse, most of the time they're gonna have picanha. They might call it sirloin cap, but this is one of the most popular cuts of beef in that area, and it's slowly making its way to popularity here in the United States. A couple things we see here is that there is a little bit of fat on top. I'm gonna get rid of this kind of silver skin, probably get rid of a little bit of this, but there is a really nice fat cap on a picanha. But it's important that we leave this intact because this is going to give us some really, really great flavor and juiciness whenever it's time to pull this off. Now I am going to season this. I'm gonna season both sides, and I'm gonna do a very simple seasoning, which we'll see in a second. But first, I'm actually gonna score this fat cap because I really want to have the opportunity for that rub to kind of penetrate this fat cap and really make its way into the meat, especially as this starts to melt just a little bit. So I'm just gonna come with my super sharp knife here and just kind of cut, I don't know, about an inch or so wide. This is a pretty thick fat cap, so we got some room to play with here. Now I'm gonna come across the other side in just a 90-degree direction there. All right, so with the fat cap scored like this, I'm gonna apply a binder, something that's gonna really help that rub to stick. I did pat this dry a couple times with paper towels, just to reduce any of that kind of that packing moisture. So for today's binder, I'm gonna use just olive oil. And again, really the purpose of this is not anything related to taste, it's solely related to getting that seasoning to adhere. Flip it over. Oh, I forgot to trim that off. Let's do that now. All right, there we go. Now you can see I did leave some of this kind of hard white fat there, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna just pick this thing up and take a bite right there, but I'm gonna leave it there just because I don't mind having the extra fat there just for that extra juice and flavor. All right, so I got my oil on there. It's now on that part that I just kind of cut that fat out from, and now it's time to season. For today's seasoning, doing 2 things. First, you've seen me use it, you know it, you love it. Kinder's The Blend seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic. Love this stuff. It's just phenomenal. Go get some. Not sponsored. All right, just gonna come over the top just like this. Not doing anything crazy with the seasoning today, because again, this cut of beef is one of the already most flavorful that you can get, so I don't want to overdo it. All right, flip that over. Come to our scored fat cap. All right, let's flip it back. And now it's time for my second part of my seasoning, which is gonna be this coarse ground black pepper. I used this on that prime rib roast. It was to die for, and I'm doing the same thing here. So this pepper is gonna help it to develop a little bit of a bark and get this excess on the sides here. And let's get the fat cap. All right, so now I'm going to let this rest. I'm gonna actually take it inside because it's like, I don't know, 100 degrees below zero, it feels like. So I'm just gonna take this inside, let it rest for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be back out and we'll put it on my Pit Boss Platinum Lockhart to smoke until it is ready. All right, after about a 30-minute rest period to really let those seasonings soak into the surface of the meat, this picanha is ready to go on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart. Before we do that, We are quickly approaching 1,000 subscribers here on the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. I'm so blown away that so many people have taken an interest in this thing that I started a little over a year ago, and I'm so pumped to hit 1,000 subscribers very, very soon. So right now, if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. And then we're gonna do something really special when we actually hit 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna pick a few people at random to receive some very, very cool Holy Smokes Barbecue swag. So subscribe, tell a friend to subscribe, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell your coworkers, tell everybody. Subscribe to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel on YouTube, and you might win yourself a little swag. So my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart is sitting at 225 degrees. Now this picanha weighs about 2.5 pounds, so at that temperature, it's probably going to take about an hour and a half. I don't want to overcook this. I want it a nice medium rare, so I'm going to pull it off about 120, 125 or so, and then it's going to carry over about 10 degrees or so after that. I'm smoking today using the Pit Boss Competition Blend pellets. I use them almost exclusively here on the channel for just about everything that I make. They are phenomenal. They come in a 40-pound bag. The Lockhart has a 40-pound hopper, so you can put an entire bag in this thing, and it'll make anything you smoke taste delicious. All right. You hearing this? Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's birds. Jeez, man. All right. Okay, enough talking. It's time. Oh my gosh. Okay, enough talking. It is now time to get this picanha onto the smoker, and I'm going to use my temperature probe that came with the Lockhart to maintain my awareness of that temperature. Open her up here. Oh, it's nice and warm. Right here in the middle. Putting it on fat cap up is gonna, because of gravity, allow that juice from the fat to kind of soak down into the meat. There's my temp probe right in here. Nice. All right. So that's about all I'm gonna do. I might give it a little kiss of flame right at the end, depending on how it's looking, to maybe just help that bark along just a little bit. But ultimately, I'm not as concerned with the outside of this as I am the inside, because again, this is one of the most flavorful cuts of beef that you can get, and I want that inside to be perfect. And so we'll see what happens. I'll see you in about an hour and a half. All right, my internal temp is saying 123 degrees, which is perfect. That's where I want it. So let's see how it looks. Oh, there we go. Oh man, you can see the rendering of that fat cap. It's just juice, man. Oh. All right, let's remove this meat probe. Oh man, that just came right out. This is so soft right here. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna take this off. Put it right here. All right, so I'm gonna take this inside, cover it with foil, let it rest, again, for about 20-30 minutes, or as long as I can possibly wait, and then we'll be back to show it to you, and of course, try it. All right, after a final rest, here is our picanha. Oh, look at that. Look at the color on that. Woo. All right, the grain on this picanha is running this direction. You can kind of see that here. So I'm gonna cut this direction. I'm gonna cut directly perpendicular against the grain. So I'm gonna cut right down the middle, and let's see how we did. Sharp knife. Goes through just like butter. Oh, are you ready? Here it is. Oh man, look at that. Look at that picanha. It's a perfect kind of medium rare. Oh man, is that gonna be good. All right, it's time to try it. Favorite part of every single video, and rightfully so, by the way. Just gonna cut a little sliver of this off here. I'm not gonna eat the fat. Again, the fat was just there for that delicious moisture, which we definitely got. This thing is super juicy. Oh gosh, looks so good. Let's see how it tastes. Here we go, smoked picanha. Ooh. Mmm. It's got this beautifully delicious, just beef taste to it. Mmm. 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 The bark. Holy smokes, that's delicious. It's so good. It's so good. Listen, Brazil, you guys know what you're doing. I gotta get more of this in my life. Oh. Listen, that extra pepper on there, that does the trick. That's what's gonna give you that great bark. Well, I'm gonna get this inside because again, it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees below zero. So I'm gonna get it inside and enjoy the rest of this. But thank you once again for tuning in to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. If you like this video, click that little thumbs up to give us a like. And remember, we got 1,000 subscribers just on the horizon. Maybe you'll be the 1,000th. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We got some really, really special stuff coming up to celebrate 1,000 when we hit it. And remember, this is just part 2 of a 3-part series on steak, and wait till you see what we got coming next week. You gotta tune in for it. Special thank you to Strip District Meats for this beautiful picanha. Again, it's not the easiest thing to find, but if you can find it, you gotta get it. Or you can just order it from Strip District Meats. They ship nationwide, stripdistrictmeats.com. And while you wait for part 3 to come next week, definitely check out one of these other 2 videos of some amazing things that we've cooked up here recently outside on the smoker. And I'll see you next time.